So welcome back to some more Pokemon SoulSilver, where last time we got through the rest of Route 32 leading into, well, Union Cave, in which Union Cave was just full of random crap, seriously. Then, finally made our way to a phone call. No, made our way to Azalea Town, where we're now getting a phone call from Anthony, who's right outside. What do you want? Your Machop ate berries. Congratulations. That is the only caveat with the phone calls. A lot of them are completely pointless. So anyways, this time, we're going into Slowpoke Well right after Kurt, and one small thing, the window sizes on screen might look a little different. It's because I kind of screwed it up when I was preparing to do this episode, so I think I got it back to a normal look, but if it's like slightly different, then that's why. Hey there. The guard up top took off when I shouted at him, but then I took a tumble down the well. I slammed down hard on my back, so I can't move. Rats. If I were fit, my Pokemon would have punished them. Can't be helped. Show them how gutsy you are in my place. Will do, sir. Down in Slowpoke Well, where we have Team Rocket grunts, but not only Team Rocket grunts, a whole new encounter down here. That being, well, Slowpoke. Weirdly, a great water psychic type that doesn't require a trait evolution to make it great. It can take care of a lot of types thanks to its unique typing, and it learns a lot of really good moves such as Surf and Psychic. Keep in mind that it is an actual special attacking water type for once, but its Slowbro evolution focuses on physical defense while Slowking focuses on special defense, so you do have those two options to if you want to choose how defensive your Pokemon will become. Along with that, it's just a really good Pokemon. Learns a lot of solid moves, and it's tanky either way with its evolutions, so I do highly recommend it. Slowpoke is a really good Pokemon. Just remember that it is kind of, well, slow, hence the name, so you do have to work with its speed. Otherwise, it's a great Pokemon. Highly recommend it. That's all the new ones here. Yeah, that's only one new encounter, which is kind of sad, but hey, we won't have any bios, at least not for the near future, so that's kind of sad. Oh, the Shell Bell. I forgot about how good the Shell Bell is. Ugh, this is not my day. Whose day is it anyways? Do I still want to have Whooper in the lead? Yes, I do. Because I want Felix to run into a wild Pokemon. Now, is this going to be a Slowpoke? No. Okay. I believe it's a 15% chance to run into him down here, so at least in this first floor. Because, like, when I was doing my research for this, you know, I knew that Slowpoke could appear here, but I don't think I've ever had a Slowpoke encounter down here. I mean, actually, I must have had one because a long time ago I did a catch-em-all run for every single Pokemon in every single generation, so that's why I have to have gotten it here at some point, so I don't know. That was personal, by the way. That was not a series that I ever did. I did do all the way up to Gen 7, and then I just stopped caring once I got to Sword and Shield, because I feel bad with Sword and Shield because I can respect for what they were trying to do, but God, it just was not a good Pokemon game. It was, I mean, it was ambitious for what it was, but also it just wasn't enjoyable. The story sucked, in my opinion. The enemy team wasn't even an enemy team. It was just a fan crowd. And then the final villain dude was just a random guy that you didn't really care about. So it was just, I don't know. Everything about Sword and Shield was just not great. And it's sad because they did put a lot of work into it, and it's eventually what Scarlet and Violet became, but even still, I mean, I guess that is like the main competitive game that people will play because, well, Nintendo really wanted to make it a competitive Pokemon game for some reason. Like, seriously, like, there's way too much competitive bullcrap in that game, and I'm not, here's the thing, I'm not a competitive battler person. I like playing through the games because they're fun, So, and Sword and Shield was, when it first came out, it was fine, but in retrospect, it was just not that good. And I feel bad about that, because I wanted it to be good. The DLCs I liked Crown Tundra, but I think it was just a little too late for the game to run into a new Pokemon. Now, I think it was just too late for the game to try to redeem itself, I guess. Especially since the main game only has, what, one legendary? Or no, well, technically two. One you get during the main game, like near the end of the game before the Elite Four. Or actually, right before the championship fight. And then the other one you don't get until post-game, and that's the box legendary. Like, why? And there was so many hints that there were going to be so many other legendaries. And it's so dumb that they never did anything with it. Like, besides DLC stuff, and really the unique legendaries of the DLC were not that great besides Calyrex. I mean, I guess Zacian is overpowered as hell for, well, competitive fights, because Fairy Steel is stupidly overpowered, but even still, I hate how they handled that. Because a lot of people's biggest thing with Pokemon is making your team and catching all the legendaries. So the fights were great, and I liked the cinematography of the fights. But I just wish it was a better game than it was. Level 17. And you're sending out Zubat. I'm gonna go with Felix to just make this quicker, because, yeah, Warp's not in a position to really be taking stuff out like that quickly, so. That's the only bad thing with Wooper, at least Wooper's line. It takes a little bit for Wooper to come into his own, but once he becomes a Quagsire, he'll tear through something. How did I not one-shot you? I mean, I'll just go ahead with Quick Attack. I forgot to mention with Quick Attack that it is the first move we have seen Priority with. Priority is a mechanic for a lot of moves such as Quick Attack and Extreme Speed. They basically, well, they override the speed of a Pokemon if the move has a priority. So, now, granted, if the Pokemon's ridiculously fast, it could still outspeed stuff that has priority like Quick Attack, but even still, if you have like a speed tie or something, Quick Attack or Extreme Speed will always go first, so I'm gonna go to Felix and take this guy on. What do we have here? I'm often labeled as the scariest and cruelest guy in Team Rocket. I strongly urge you not to interfere with our business. First boss fight, but I'm not really going to give him a bio because he just has like a Zubat and I think a Rattata or a Coughing. Executive Proton! But not Proton John. This guy is extremely easy to take. See, I one-shotted that Zubat. What the hell, man? Maybe I had a high roll or something on that one. Yep, there's the Coughing. That's why I wanted Felix out, because Coughing is, I will still say, one of the most awkward Pokemon to deal with if you're not using a Psychic type. And since this is an LP with, spoiler, doesn't use a Psychic type Pokemon, it's gonna be, ow, you're already poisoning me. Well, I don't have to explain poison. I already explained it when we got poisoned by that Weedle all that time ago. Just burn. Easy enough. Man, lots of XP from you, too. For a kid to be this good. And I didn't see it coming. Team Rocket was indeed broken up 3 years ago. But we continued our activities underground. A small obstacle like you won't be much of a problem for our mission. I advise you to be very afraid of what is to come. I think I'll be fine. Save the Slowpokes! Way to go. Team Rocket has taken off. My back's better too. Let's get out of here. Hi. You handled yourself like a real hero. As I mentioned before, Team Rocket was disbanded by a boy called Red 3 years ago. Now they've come back. I have a bad feeling about it. In any case, it would please me greatly to make Pokeballs for a trainer like you. This is all I have now, but take it. Fastball! You have apricorns for me. Fine, I'll turn them into Pokeballs. This guy is great for infinite Pokeballs. What this guy will do is take any apricorns off your hands and turn them into specific balls. For some reason, there's 2 apricorns we haven't seen yet. I'm surprised we haven't seen those. I think it's just, literally red and blue. So, depending on what apricorns you give him, you can only give him one type, and you can give him as many as one type, but only the one type. You can't give him multiple types of apricorns, unfortunately. So, starting off on the top would have normally been the red ball. That would allow you to get the level ball, which has an easier chance to catch Pokemon that are of a lower level than 30. It's, I guess, helpful for the early game, but in this game it's a lot more helpful since most wild Pokemon don't reach above level 30, but I would just stick to Great Balls and Ultra Balls for that. Yellow will grant you the Moon Ball. This will allow you to catch Pokemon that evolve, catch Pokemon that evolve through Moonstone easier. That's stuff like Clefairy and Jigglypuff, which we haven't really seen yet. Very gimmicky, and there's very few Pokemon that evolve with a Moonstone. I'm not much into it. Green Ball is, give you the Friend Ball. This one's actually kind of helpful if you're going to use a Zubat. What it does is any Pokemon caught within a Friend Ball will already have a pretty decent start on their happiness. It gives them a good happiness start, so if you're going to use a Zubat, I highly recommend using a Friend Ball for that. Blue gives you Lure Balls. We got those back in the Pokemon Center before Unity Cave. They just have a higher chance of catching Pokemon caught while you're fishing, so there's that. Pink will give you the Love Ball, and the Love Ball is weird. Weird enough to where I have to look it up and remember what it does. Okay, that's why I couldn't remember what it does. It has a higher chance of catching a Pokemon that is the opposite gender of what you have out. It's so situational, and it's just not worth it. I don't recommend it. White is the Fastball. This one I would kind of recommend as well. This has a higher chance to catch Pokemon that are of a higher speed than you. If you're using slow stuff like Quagsire or Slowpoke or anything like that, that could be pretty useful. And finally, Black is the Heavy Ball. Has a higher chance to catch Pokemon that are, really heavy. So think stuff like Snorlax or something like that. Again, situational, and you'd have to know how heavy a Pokemon is just from the dex. It's not bad, but it's not recommended. So, I guess to demonstrate this, what do I really want to give you? I guess I could follow my own advice and give you a white apricorn, because Fastball is actually not that bad. Sure. Give you a white apricorn. It'll take a day to make you a Pokeball. Come back for it later. That's right. I'll give you my grandpa's number. So whenever he has finished his Pokeball, if you check the next day, and that's a full 24 hours, he will call you and tell you... I am still poisoned. He'll call you and tell you that he has, completed the Pokeball. So, if you want infinite Pokeballs, this is your way of doing it. Now, the funny thing is, in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, a lot of those Pokeballs were glitched. So they just acted as normal Pokeballs, which is really funny, and also really sucks because, you don't get any of the advantages. Thankfully in this game, or in this version, we don't have to worry about that because they will actually work with their intended purpose. It's just really, again, situational about what things could be caught. Seriously, why would you ever want to use the Love Ball? I guess if you're going to go after like a Combee, but you can't even get Combee, at least not in the main game. So, before anything else, we have 2 options here. We can go straight to the gym, which would be helpful. I want to do something stupid because I don't want to go and take on the gym, at least not this episode right now. Yeah, this is probably fine, right? Yeah, okay. Heading all the way to the left. Where the hell did you come from? Tell me something. Is it true that Team Rocket has returned? What? You beat them? Quit lying. Are you serious? Let's see how good you are. Rematch with Silver! And for once, it's actually a real boss fight. Boss fight with bios. Ghastly! Level 14, knowing the moves Lick, Spite, Mean Look, and Curse. Ghost, Poison type, and has the ability of Levitate. Just use whatever. If you have a Psychic type, use one. Or if you have your own Ghastly, use it. Just remember that it's a ghost type. Don't use don't use normal type moves. This thing should go down pretty easily. Okay, that's fine. We haven't seen Mean Look yet. Mean Look prevents you from swapping the Pokemon, at least as long as the caster is alive, so. Take you down. Easy enough. Next up is Ace, okay. Sending out my answer to that. So, if you chose a Cyndaquil, he'll have a level 18 Croconaw. Knowing the moves Water Gun, Rage Bite, and Scary Face, has the ability of Torrent. Just shock this thing. You're lowering my speed. I'm already slower than you, buddy. He's not that hard to deal with. Now, if you chose Chikorita, he'll have a level 18 Quilava knowing Tackle, Smokescreen, Ember, and Quick Attack. And if you chose Totodile, he'll have a level 18 Bayleaf knowing Razor Leaf, Poison Powder, Synthesis, and Reflect. So, out of all of these, the most dangerous I would actually say would be the Chikorita / Bayleaf. Because he likes to set up on that turn, poison you, and then just heal himself over time. It's really annoying. It's really annoying if he has a Bayleaf at this point, but Bayleaf just sucks to the point where it doesn't really matter, so. I'm sorry, I like Chikorita's design, I like what it's trying to do, but man, does it suck. Zubat is final. And actually his weakest. Level 16, knowing the moves Leech Life, Supersonic, Astonish, and Bite. This thing's not an issue either. Man, you suck. Besides its potential annoyance of Supersonic and flinching you with Bite, how am I not killing you? I have a plus special attack nature as well. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Yeah, what this thing's gonna try to do is confuse you and then constantly try to flinch you. And that's... My luck with confusion has never been great, but holy crap. Don't go for... You suck! This is exactly what this jackass does. Don't falter. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to swap to Wooper. Alright. Swapping to Warp, because I am not dealing with this bullshit. Now there is a, bite. There is a, was it risky thing with, why do you land that? There's a risky thing with Astonish where if you swap your Pokemon, or no, that's Pursuit, never mind. I always get the two confused. Stop hitting yourselves, please. Can you please break through the flinch? Oh my god. Oh my god, this is gonna be the most annoying fight in the world. Thank you, Warp. Jesus. As I said, I don't like this guy's Zubat. It's friggin' annoying. That's its whole gimmick, is to poison and flinch you. What the hell, man? Not poison, confuse you. Useless Pokemon. Listen, you. You only won because my Pokemon were weak. I hate the weak. Pokemon trainers, doesn't matter who or what. I hate to see them hanging around. That goes for Team Rocket too. They think they're big and tough as long as they're in the group. But get them alone and they're weak. I hate them all. You stay out of my way. You won't be an exception if you get in my way. Says a guy who lost. Yeah, so... well, it's not really an optional fight. I think he only appears if you go and take care of Slowpoke Well. So, he's there no matter what you do on that bit, so... just gonna heal my Pokemon. Yeesh. There we go. And now that we've taken care of that, I think I've talked to everybody in town already, huh? Get back here. Okay, yeah, I did talk to you, because I remember you talking about apricorns. Heading back outside. I'm gonna end things off there. So, next time on Pokemon SoulSilver, taking on the gym. Gym number 2 this time. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.